Hello, welcome to ET Live. I'm Sophie Shalacy with Sadie Robertson today.
Hey.
Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So excited to see you again.
So fun,
now,
always.
Sadie's new book, Live Fearless, is out right now. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Tell me a little bit about the title and the inspiration for this project.
Yeah, so Live Fearless, automatically some of you are probably thinking like, oh, that book is not for me. Well, if you said that, it probably is just for you, because the thing for me is my whole life, like, ever since I was little, I was always just kind of a panicky person. I was more driven towards like anxiety and fear, and like my family is like adventurous, so they're the kind of like, let's go jump out of a plane, and I'm like, why would you do that? Like, no way. And I kind of just thought that's like who I am. That's just how I'm gonna be, whatever. Well, then like once I started growing up and like opportunities started coming, and I started like not wanting to do them because of fear, I started realizing like, whoa, this is like not just like, I don't know, something that is a part of me. This is something that's stopping me from doing a lot of things in my life. Like Dancing with the Stars, when they asked me, a lot of people know this, originally I said like no, because I was too afraid. Then my little sister was like, is this the fear talking or is this Sadie talking? It kind of changed everything for me. And from that moment on, I kind of realized like the importance of living a fearless life. But what I realized in that is that it's not that things aren't going to be scary, and it's not that opportunities aren't going to come that are going to seem very fearful, but it's that you live a fearless life. You have strength, you have peace, and you rise above. You have this hope in something greater. And so that's kind of the inspiration behind the book, is that all my life I thought this is who I am, but that's not who you are. That's something you deal with. Who you are is so much more purpose than what fear will limit you to do, you know?
And you get real about a lot of the challenges that you've faced in your life, especially you talk about Dancing with the Stars, and that's something that I think has gotten picked up a lot since the book has come out. But I would love for you to set the record straight for people who haven't picked up the book yet. So, well, set the record straight on your feelings about dancing, because there are a lot of headlines out there that are like, oh, Sadie Robertson slams Dancing with the Stars.
No,
like,
okay,
that
is
kind of stuff.
So false. I love Dancing with the Stars, and I love my family out there. Mark is like a brother to me. He's the best partner ever. The whole cast, the whole crew, they're amazing, and those headlines made me so sad. The thing for me, it was all me. I was scared to do it. I was afraid of comments. I was afraid of the judges. I was afraid of what people might think of me, all these different things, and I was gripped in fear. So it was a me problem, not a Dancing with the Stars problem. It was what I had to face during that, which was overcoming fear. And to me, I look back at that season of my life, and that's where fear was conquered. And I'll always look back and say, like, thank goodness that happened, because I had to grow up so much in those 3 months, but it helped me, and it like made me like walk so much more confident and so much more stronger. So yeah, that is a lie. If you saw any headline on that, hear it from my voice right now. I love Dancing with the Stars and everybody involved. And no, it's funny. Mark texted me that night. He said, "Did you say this?" I said, "Are you kidding? No, I didn't say it. Dude, you're my brother. Like, no." So I'm glad you asked that.
Yeah, I think I read it was something like you and Mark got torn apart for some reason, or like that kind of story, right?
Guys, no, that's like not true at all.
All right. Well, I'm glad. Thank you for setting the record straight.
Yes.
You talk about. I mean, the whole book is about conquering fear.
Yeah.
And obviously Dancing with the Stars is a fearful experience, dealing with anxiety, stuff like that.
Right.
You talk about overcoming an eating disorder as well. And is that connected to, well, talk me through the timeline of that and how you kind of came over that.
So the timeline of that, a lot of people have tagged that to Dancing with the Stars, but it actually, once again, it has nothing to do with Dancing with the Stars. It has everything to do with what I was walking in that season of my life. And what happened is, and for many people who have struggled with eating or body image or anything like that, they'll probably know what this is like. But when you get to a state of like your body looks really good for some reason or another. For me, it was like I was dancing 8 hours a day. Of course you're gonna look good. And like that's not really always going to be a reality. When I came away from that, my mindset was that I have to be that. Like, I'm now not good enough because I'm not where I was, which got me to an unhealthy place, because for me, the only reason to obtain that was going down this cycle of like not good things. And so that's whenever it got like warped. And so it wasn't Dancing with the Stars. It was me coming out of that and having that unhealthy view of my body. And whenever you have anxiety, whenever you have fear that's gripping you, and when you also like take away any confidence that you have of yourself, that's a really scary place to be, because it literally silences your voice. And so it was just kind of all in that same time period. But in all of these things and in that darkest time, that's whenever I started to realize these values in my life that I will carry on forever. But the cool thing is, it's like with this book, it's such a journey and a challenge for not just like my challenges in my journey, but it's really written like for you. So I didn't want to just write a book and be like, hey guys, here's how I'm fearless. Like, no, like, hey guys, here is how you can live a fearless lifestyle. And it doesn't have to do with Dancing with the Stars or necessarily a particular thing. It literally has to do with everybody's journey. And so that's what I want people to understand. It's not Dancing with the Stars. It's the things I was faced with in that time, which we're all faced with in life. Mine just happened to be on an elevated platform.
Absolutely. And I don't want to harp on this too much, but I do think that the eating disorder stuff is something that a lot of girls can relate to.
Absolutely.
And a message that I do think is really important to share. So can you talk to me a little bit about how you overcame that, your support system, and what your relationship is like now with food and working out?
Yeah, so it's actually something that me and my friend talk about all the time, because she struggled as well. And it's actually shocking to know how many people, how many women struggle with eating disorder or body image issues. I mean, it's like 90% of women or even more. And for me, that was one of those things that really hit me of like, whoa, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of this generation that's just like, oh, okay, like this is what we're supposed to look like because this is what the media gives us, so let's just starve ourselves or let's just overwork out or whatever. And for me, what it looked like in my life is I had people in my life I was allowing to speak over like what I looked like, or I was holding too much value to the comments of maybe people around me, or even comments on Instagram or TV from whatever it was of how I was like supposed to look. And I started striving to look like that. But the thing is, it was an unrealistic and very unhealthy thing for me to do. So I got obsessed with working out. I was always thinking about, I didn't eat, but I talked about food so people wouldn't question me, you know? All these unhealthy things. I was always making sure my arms were like fitting under this, my legs. Like, it's just unhealthy. That's all you can think about, and it's so consuming of your mind, and it's unhealthy. And whenever you do that, you really can't see yourself, one, for who you are, or two, for what your purpose to do, because you're distracted by what you're supposed to look like. And that's really sad, and that's where a lot of people find themselves. So for me, I had to get rid of the lies. I had to get rid of the people that were talking in my ear. I had to get rid of looking at the comments and all that stuff, and actually just cover myself with, okay, Sadie, who are you? And I'll never forget whenever I did that, when I like got some things out of my life and I looked in the mirror and I just started sobbing, because I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't even know who this person is, because I've been so distracted on what I'm supposed to look like that I forgot what I'm purposed to do. And in that, you lose your sense of purpose. That's when girls feel like they're not worthy, or that they're not good enough and all these things, because they're so focused on what they look like. That makes sense.
It absolutely makes sense. Now, between doing the show, you know, doing your tours, your books, everything, you've lived and shared so much of your personal life with the world. Is there a point where you draw the line and you say, no, this is just for me?
Yeah, for sure. And we've talked about this a little bit, but especially in my dating life now, you know, my dating life was very public, and everything in my life is very public, the flaws and all. And I love that, because I love that I can speak into those things in other people's lives, and I always want to be real and vulnerable. But I do think there's a point in like love life or whatever that you have to establish it for yourself first and build a firm foundation in it before you share it with the world. And I think that was maybe part of my problem in that time, is that even whenever I wasn't necessarily confident in my body and I was going through this eating disorder, I'm trying to pour into girls like, this is truth about who you are, this is what God sees in you, and I believed it for them, but I just couldn't believe it for me. And so when I stepped back and I started believing it for myself, I can speak to that so much stronger now, because I'm like, actually no, I've seen it possible. Like, I can speak, don't fear, live a fearless life, because now I know it's possible. But when you don't know, it's hard. And so just like dating, it's like you have to build that firm foundation. So that's kind of where I like draw the line. I'm like, okay, not for now, you know.
Do you think that being so public did take a toll on relationships in the past?
It definitely changes things a little bit, because you have to consider like, okay, wow, like everybody's kind of involved in our relationship, and everybody wants to harp in, and everybody's in it for the good or the bad. They are all in it, and it's so cute and it's so fun, and I love that at times. And when you're solid, and it's good. But when you're not, it cannot be. You know, I don't think people realize that, like, over the past few years, I've dated different people and never came out with it publicly. And I'm really glad I didn't, because it's like you get all these hearts involved. Now it's like all the 3 million people are like, I ship it. And you're like, okay, well, that ship has sailed. Sorry. maybe, like, shoot. And so it's just kind of, I think that's kind of where I get nervous.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
How do you feel about shipping? That's like a very specific part
I know,
of being online.
everybody talks about that all the time. They're like,
Yeah.
I ship this, I ship that. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to know about this ship because I don't know.
All right, well, I see some fan questions coming in. Thank you so much, guys. Keep them coming. I'm going to ask as many as I can here. Look at that. We got a question here. Are you dating anyone?
Oh my gosh, currently, no, I'm not dating anyone.
Another question here. Sadie, what is your biggest fear when it comes to dating?
Oh wow, good question.
That's
is
a great
deep
question.
question. I think my biggest fear in dating, man, that's a great question. I think like to me, like people's hearts are so valuable, and it's so like scary to think about somebody getting their heart broken. Like that is genuinely scary. And so it's like that hesitation to even jump in, because once you've experienced heartbreak, you're like, oh man, what if it doesn't go? And you start to like overthink. I think that can easily be a fear that I can be let in of like, oh no, or I get like too serious too fast because I'm like, you hold it to like a high standard, you know? I don't know, maybe that'll be a good fear. It's true.
Christopher wants to know, will we ever see another season of Duck Dynasty?
Oh goodness, I don't know about that. Now that would be fun. I kind of hope.
Yeah?
I kind of hope so.
It hasn't been off the air that long.
No, we need to give it a little time. You know, give it a little time, then we'll make a comeback or something.
Okay. Now there's a question here about Brett Eldredge's video, which
Oh,
we are going to talk about later because I love Brett.
everywhere.
I have some questions about that, so we're going to come back around to that. I promise
Okay,
you
we'll
guys.
circle back, don't worry.
In the meantime, you launched your Live Original boxes.
Yes.
Recently, I saw all of your social media.
I'm so excited. I
They're
know.
already sold out. Congratulations.
I know. Thank you. It's like insane. That has blown my mind. It's literally sold out in all the U.S. states and 9 different countries. Just crazy. It's just like awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah. So this one, I know it was about, doing Bible study and leadership. Do you see yourself expanding the Live Original franchise? And what other themes do you think it could fit?
I think Live Original would just continue to grow. That's kind of like my direction of what I'm really passionate about. Like when I wake up, I'm like, Live Original, how can we make it bigger? How can we make it better? And that's not to just make it bigger in numbers. That's to really invest in people's lives. I think because for me, there's so much purpose in it. Like these LO boxes, like what it's literally doing is sending out a box to equip you with how to become a local leader in your community. So like, how cool is that? Like you don't even have to do anything but say yes, and like we'll give you everything you need. And like they just get to lead and invite girls in, and I think that's cool because I think for women, all over the world, it's like we need to relearn how to be like hospitable, how to invite people in, how to host them, and then how to like lead them and encourage them and speak truth over them. Because sisterhood has gotten a little bit far off of like that theme of like life-giving friends, encouraging friends, speak truth over friends. So I'm excited to see that rise, and I think that's what Live Original is doing. And we'll go out on tour again this fall, and we're adding more dates. We'll do 20 cities this year. So it's just cool to see that continue to grow.
Absolutely, and I love that you are so passionate about leadership, and as a young person too, you're 20. I want to know what you think of the March for Our Lives that happened over the weekend, and all these young people coming together and being so vocal right now.
I think that it's cool because all young people and really everybody, it's like we have this opportunity right now to like really be a momentum of the movement that's happening and the change that's happening. And I think about like how I used to like read books and like all these people that used to like do these incredible things in history, and you're like, wow, like that person like saved it for their time, or that person did it. And you always think like, man, if I was in that situation, would I do it? And like now we're in this opportunity, this position where it's not like, would I do it? It's like, am I going to do it? And so it's cool to see people rise up and just do it and lead with what they're passionate and they think is best for our world. That's essentially what we're all doing. We're all doing what we think is best for the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you find yourself as, somebody who's in the position that you are engaged in these kind of debates? Gun control is such a hot topic right now. Do you find yourself debating that kind of stuff?
Not so much right now.
Okay.
I think that I haven't been like up in the big debates. I'm just really focused on investing in people's lives, like where they're at. And I think that whenever you meet them where they're at in their homes and in their heart, I think that then ultimately like that helps in the debates because who they are is influenced by, I don't know, what you believe and stuff like that. But it's kind of my approach, and just invest in the girls and the homes of their families and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's talk about your family for a minute. I feel like there's always celebrations to be had, things going on, marriage, babies, whatever.
Goodness.
What is the latest? There's so many of you now.
I know, we've kind of kept quiet for a minute, haven't we?
What's happening this year?
People, our family's chill. Like, we are all just, like, chilling. I mean, I'm in Nashville doing things with Live Original and stuff, but my mom and dad, they're in Louisiana being mom and dad to my siblings, and they're speaking and stuff like that and doing great things. My dad actually started a church, so that's awesome. He's, like, preaching on Sundays and, like, go Pops. What is up? So, yeah, and they're enjoying it. They love it. Mama Kay, Papa Phil, living out in the land, just doing their thing, and everybody's just kind of taking a minute to breathe, which is just so nice. Because the show was so fun, but for our family, it was like, whoa, life change. So it's nice to kind of get back in that rhythm of like, oh, we live in Louisiana. This is fun. Yeah.
Speaking of Phil, he's been pretty active on Facebook, hasn't he?
Oh my gosh. Yes, he is very active on Facebook. Oh my gosh, his videos.
What do you think of his videos?
To be honest, I haven't seen all of them.
Okay.
I've seen a few and I'm like, yep, that's Papa Phil for you. I mean, he's just Papa Phil and he's gonna be Papa Phil.
Yeah. That was, I mean, he did post one about gun debates. That was pretty interesting. He had a Bible and he talked about how that would.
Oh, really? Did you talk about the armor of God and stuff?
Yes,
That's
that was
awesome.
it. Yeah,
no, I love my grandpa. He is a wise man, but he's just funny. I think we can all agree.
Absolutely. So also coming up this year, someone has a 21st birthday coming up.
Yes, I do. I'm excited.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you so much.
How are you going to celebrate 21?
Oh my gosh, all my friends, we've already been like texting. We're just gonna have a fun girls' night. Honestly, like all my like close friends, even friends that like don't even live in Nashville, I'm like, everybody come to Nashville and let's just have a fun night. For me, like it doesn't even matter if you're like 21, 20, whatever. Like I always go all out on birthdays.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. Are
you excited? Is there like a drink you're excited to have at 21 now that you're gonna be legal?
I don't really know, girl. I don't even know how to speak that language. I'm like, maybe. I don't know, maybe not.
I'm a wine girl myself, so that's what I would recommend. I'm an old lady, so.
Nice. I like classy.
Yeah. So who are you all going to be celebrating with? Are there any special people in your life that you're really hoping to ring in the 21st birthday with?
21st birthday? Oh, just all my friends, man. Yeah. It's just, this year's been so great because I've been traveling so much, but it's also like, whoa, I've been traveling a lot. I can't wait to just be with my friends, so it'll be fun.
Oh, I love that. Now, okay, I can't let you go without asking about the Brett Eldredge video.
Here we go. Every single interview.
I love Brett so much, and I love this song. I was so excited to see you in the video. We were talking about social media earlier and you know how crazy it's been for you, and I interviewed Brett recently and he said that he picked you for this video based on your Instagram.
I thought that was so sweet. Yeah,
and he loved your positivity and you know you're the kind of girl that you take home to mom. Talk to me about getting together with Brett and how he approached you for this.
Yeah, no, Brett's amazing and that was so kind. I think that shows his heart of really what he wanted for the video. He wanted just a sweet girl, and he was really sweet about it because I remember asking him, I was like, well, it's a country music video, and you know, sometimes it can be a little risque, and I was like, I don't really know if it's gonna go in my audience, they're really gonna like that, and he was like, no, like this is just like sweet, I want it to just be beautiful, I want it to just tell this sweet love story of just somebody bringing it home, somebody to mama that they would be proud of, and I was like, oh, that's so nice. I was like, wait, I'd love to do it. And we had the most fun that day. We just goofed off. I don't know if you know him, if you interviewed him. He was a goober. Like, he's hilarious. And just a solid dude. So, now that was, like, started a friendship that will hopefully last a long time. We actually ran into each other at the airport the other day. And get this. This is, like, the story of my life. I was walking around looking at McDonald's ice cream cone with my UGG slippers because that's how I travel. And he was sitting down in, like, the nicest restaurant in the airport, drinking a glass of wine with this nice
what restaurant
meal.
Is nice in the Nashville airport?
No, it was in Dallas, yeah. And I'm like walking around, like looking at my ice cream cone at McDonald's. I'm like my little like Uggs on, and I look over. He's like, Sadie. I'm like, hello. Like, this is really very sweet. He's like, come in. I'm like, can I even go in there with my McDonald's and my Uggs? It was funny. But no, he's a great friend and a great guy, and that was super fun.
Yeah, so you guys are still in touch?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Awesome. Okay, so I don't want to make this awkward or anything, but when I interviewed him, I totally was like, I think he has a crush on Sadie.
You said that too?
No, I didn't say that to him. I'm saying it to you now, Brett. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
But he was just so sweet talking about you. I was like, so Brett's got a crush.
Oh, no. I don't know about
What do you think of him?
I don't know about that. No, he's the best. Like, he really is the best guy ever. Everybody's been asking us that. They're like, are y'all dating? Like, literally, the internet blew
Does everyone think you're dating
Everybody
now?
thinks we're dating. Everybody thinks we're dating. I mean, he's the best. Like, literally, we just had so much fun together. I think everybody was like, no, y'all were really laughing. I'm like, no, we really were. Because, like, we really did have a great time. But I don't know, girl. It's too complicated.
Too complicated. So not dating.
Not dating.
For now.
Not just friends. I know. Everybody's going to ship it.
Yeah, everyone's going to ship you and Brett.
I know.
That's okay. I like it. Did you get to meet Edgar Boogie? That's what I want to know.
Yes, I love
I'm
Edgar.
obsessed with
His
Edgar.
ears. I just want to hold them all day. He's so cute.
He's the cutest. Look at him. Oh.
Ah, yes.
He's the best.
I did love Edgar. He's the best.
Oh, look, Carol, she says that wasn't a no about Brett. It was a no, though, right?
Oh, my gosh. Yes, it was.
It was a no. It was a no for now. So a few more questions coming in. Carrie from Facebook wants to know, you are what a role model in today's world should be. What inspires you?
That's so sweet. I think for me, I've just seen honestly, my great-grandma, my grandma, my mom, and how they live their life, and just the women that they are, how they do life with the people around them and all that, and that's always inspired me. And, like, seeing that in Louisiana, like, small-town picture was always so beautiful. And then, like, going out in the world and, like, seeing how, like, a lot of times, like, I don't know, life just happens, but it gets so messy, and it gets so, honestly, just, like, mean and, like, hard-hearted. I was like, I don't want to get like that, and I want to show the world that there's a way that you don't have to. And I feel like for me, just all the things that I've seen and the influence that the generations above me have walked out and played out, I'm like, I really want to fight for that, and I really want to, like, just really make sure that people in my age and this generation remember what that can be and what that looks like and what the fruits of the Spirit are, like all these things. I just want to pour that over the world. So that really does inspire me. I think just like actually seeing that it's possible to live a good life and to live life of truth. And you may be watching this right now and you're like, well, I'm way far away from that. And our family, I don't know if you've seen read our books or anything, but like we've all been through it too. It's not that hard things haven't happened or things that were really tough haven't happened. There's been a lot of heartache in our family over the years, but it's cool to see when you stick together and whenever you ultimately have this hope for the future, like what can pan out. So that inspires me. And I'm like, gosh, I hope other people can take heart in that and keep going.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Cool. Last question is from Annie from YouTube. She says, you are a great singer. Any chance you'll focus on that?
Thanks. That has been a hot topic lately. You know, we've been messing around a little bit. Maybe one day. I'm actually glad you asked that because it's making me be like, okay, I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Live fearless, Sadie.
Live fearless, Sadie. You can do it.
Go out and sing.
Hey.
You're in Nashville, though. That's like kind of the place to do it, right?
I think that's what's happening to me. I'm in Nashville, and now I'm like, wait, maybe I can do this. Like everybody else is doing it. No, but it is fun. It would be awesome. So we'll see. I'll just shock y'all all. Well, I'm just going to put out an album and be like, boom.
Are people offering to work with you?
We've talked about it.
Yeah?
You know, like it's definitely been discussion back in Nashville. So yeah, I'll surprise y'all. Just get ready. Just get ready. It's coming.
I'm ready. Come to ET first, girl.
Girl, always.
I'm ready for it. We got certified country on Fridays.
I just drop you a little text, be like, coming your way.
Yes, please. I am so excited for it.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for being here, Sadie.
Yes,
I always love
It's
seeing
so fun.
you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sadie's book, Live Fearless, is out right now, so go pick it up, and we will see you right here again on ET Live next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.